Yeah, hello guys, this is Dr. Abibi. Today I'm going to show you a very shocking video from Orania. Okay? The video is very serious. Let's go.
Afrikaners are descendants of Dutch settlers who arrived at the Cape of Good Hope on a boat in the year 1652. Would you say that Orania is a controversial town in South Africa?
Orania is definitely. I don't have to doubt it. I know that Orania is controversial.
Orania.
I think I've never heard it before. I have never heard the name before. This is my first time hearing the name Orania or Orania. This is my first time, and I never knew that it's not allowed, like for blacks to live there, or even to stay there, or even to be a resident. It's not allowed, and I'm kind of surprised. Seriously surprised.
What is happening? Can somebody answer?
Section 235 of the South African Constitution acknowledges the right of cultural groups to self-determination. But what about the Afrikaner enclave of Orania, which also uses race to determine who can be allowed to live in that community?
Like I said, for me, I don't see it to be a racist, but I think as time goes on, I will understand whatever that they are trying to say. I'm trying to process it, and I'm kind of surprised, but let's see.
The main reason why it's controversial is misperception. I think so, it's my personal opinion. Misperception about Orania. The people with the most to say about Orania have never visited.
Just say a prayer for my city. Just say a prayer for my city.
And what are your favorite things about Orania?
Have you ever seen a 16 or 17-year-old girl walk around 9 o'clock at night anywhere in South Africa?
It's not common.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't.
So not possible. You can't. I'm not from South Africa, and I'm not in South Africa, but the news that I have heard, it's not easy for a young age, like a 16-year-old or 15-year-old lady walk outside. Even I was watching a video on TikTok today, and it's something else. So I would love to continue this video without wasting my time. I won't confuse you again. Let's watch together.
Don't have burglar guards, and if they leave a bike somewhere, tomorrow morning it's still there.
Would you agree with me if I say that this man performed a lot of atrocities in the past?
It's our history.
But I know it's your history. But at the end of the day, a lot of people were harmed in the process. You don't think if you are embracing this, you're definitely embracing apartheid?
Is it okay to celebrate Shaka Zulu leader? Do you know who that is?
I know who Shaka Zulu is.
He killed a lot of people. Is it fine to celebrate him?
That's a question for South Africans.
That is a question. This is a question for Iranians.
Yeah.
So we have a point, because I think a lot of things happen in that years. A lot of things happen that mostly we Africans don't talk about our own, what we did to other people, but we rather consider telling what other people did to us. And that's not good. At least whatever that you are embracing, you didn't just keep quiet, or you didn't just stay there for them to kill you. You try to kill them too. So it's like give and take. But the most difficult part is, or the insane part is, you are in your home and someone is trying to attack you. So definitely you defend yourself. And that's why I see it. But once you are embracing your ancestors, I think someone can do the same thing, either good or bad.
That's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
I don't even know how to feel right now. Should I tell you guys that I'm super scared? Because I'm about to do one of the craziest videos that I've never dreamt of. This particular video would definitely go down as one of my most sensitive vlog ever. I mean, I'm currently in Cape Town, driving to a town that so many South Africans don't want to hear about. I mean, if I talk about South Africans, I'm talking about Black South Africans, indigenous South Africans, people that were here before the settlers came in here. I believe that most of you have heard of the town. In my whole lifetime, I never thought I would come across a town within the land of Black people where Blacks are not allowed to live in there.
Kind of surprising, but you can only hear this from Admire. You know, Admire is a great content creator that I've been watching for more than 5 to 6 years. I've been following him, and the moment that Admire decided to come out with a story, you got it. So if you are not subscribed to his channel, try and subscribe and follow him. You will notice like a lot of stuff about him, and you will learn a lot about Africa and beyond. I think now he's in South America and other stuff, those Caribbeans doing videos and those things. He's a very amazing guy to watch and funny too.
People out there believe that Orania is a racist model. Do you believe that whatever you guys are practicing here is racism?
No.
So what is it then?
It's a culture town. It's a culture town. It's an Afrikaner town. The narrative is out there that if you preserve your culture, you're racist, and that's not true.
But I don't think an African can leave Africa, go to Europe, and say that we just bought this land and no one is allowed to come in.
Somehow, if you preserve your culture, that doesn't mean you are racist. But how you will do it, that's what is going to make it racist. So I think whatever that both sides are saying is true, but somehow you can't do that in Europe, like what Maya said. You can't do it in Europe, America, or any other nation or any other continent. Like, not possible. So somehow both are right in other way around. So let's go. You can share your thoughts on your comment side. Let's see how it goes.
In this town, it's whites only. If I have to decode the whites only, I'm talking about Africans only. So if you're a black man like me, you cannot stay there.
We say Orania is a community for Afrikaners. It's not an issue just white in, black out. It's a question of culture.
But someone might ask, if you want to preserve your culture, you're preserving your culture on a land that belongs to South Africans.
Yeah.
Well, that is whole nother debate.
If that is...
But that one too, you can say they are part of South Africa, because they were there when they created South Africa. It's not like they came like they created South Africa before they came. They were part of those that they created South Africa as a country. So in other way around, you can't tell him that he is doing that in someone's land. No, they were there. They were there before South African being. I have low battery. Let me put the charger and see how low battery. It's on? Yeah, it's on. Come, let's go.
Is the case, then let's bring the other debate.
Terrible things are happening in South Africa.
White South Africans make up about 8% of the population, but they hold about 3/4 of privately owned land in the country. In contrast, only 4% of privately held land is owned by Black South Africans, who make up nearly 80% of the country's 60 million residents.
I never knew that. How is it possible for those, the locals, can be owned just 5% or 8%? Even 30% is not possible. 50% self is not possible, but it's very low. Really? That's too bad. For real.
I'm sure that you guys know that white people were not originally from South Africa. Like, they migrated in the late 17th century from Netherlands, France, England, Germany, in short, from Europe. I mean, they were immigrants in South Africa, but they forcefully colonized the people. Actually, no. They enslaved the owners of the land, the black South Africans. This is something that Donald Trump doesn't know, by the way, so you're welcome.
Of the decision.
Last month, President Cyril Ramaphosa signed into law a bill that allows the government to expropriate property for public purposes or in the public interest, in some cases without compensation.
Well, I don't think land expropriation without compensation is a good idea. I think if you realistically look at the amount of land that the South African government has, that the big communities like the Kunyama Trust have and so on. I think the land is not the problem. The problem in South Africa is economic problem, and there's actually been research done on that, proving that people don't necessarily want land, they want a better economic future. Most people don't want to be farmers. To farm is a tough job, it's not a very rewarding job in terms of money and so on. I also think that the South African economy will collapse if there is land expropriation without compensation.
Interesting. And I want to include you in this conversation, so let me know what you think in the comment section. But don't forget to like this video because it's very important to me.
Welcome back. Orania, an Afrikaner-only town in South Africa, has weighed in on the US President Donald Trump's order halting financial aid to South Africa and offering refugee status to Afrikaners.
But this is what the Afrikaners think about Trump's offer.
We are not necessarily interested in tax dollars and handouts and help. What we want, we already got to an extent. We want recognition. We want recognition from abroad, we want recognition locally, and we want recognition from our peers. That is to say, firstly, those people are a people upon themselves, and this, they have the right to make certain decisions for themselves. That is what we want. We don't want people's money, we don't want people's handouts. We as Orania want larger recognition, greater recognition. And I think that is not too much to ask. Actually, I think that's very reasonable.
And probably you might be wondering, what do black South Africans feel about this?
Well, true. Yeah. What is handout? What is tax? They don't want. And it's true. Because if you accept those things, you become like their puppet, you know? So it's better you fight for your own. And it's good. Let's listen to what they are.
Orania can't be a folk state. It is actually what I consider to be a micronation. It's just like a small, considered, it has certain independencies. They have their own currency.
It is, yeah. You know, when I picked up on that, I realized that there's a measure of sovereignty that is not complete.
Yes.
You guys might be wondering, how did I got to know about this town within South Africa? So recently I found myself in South America on a project of connecting Africans in the diaspora with Africans living in Africa. So I found myself in Suriname and I came across this village called Dahomey.
Yeah, I've watched that video, so you can go and watch it. But Maya is doing very great work. He's doing very great work, amazing work. That if you are not subscribed to his channel, try and subscribe because he's doing great. He's one of the greatest YouTubers in Africa, the most subscribers YouTuber in Africa now. So I think it will be better for you to subscribe so you can learn more about Africa and beyond.
And within Dahomey, no white person is allowed in this village. So out of curiosity, I was like, you know what? I need to go find out why no white person is allowed. I was told that no white people are allowed in this village. Is that true?
Oh yeah.
Why?
The spirit that they have here is a warrior spirit who fought against the European in the slavery time. And every time that the warrior spirit see white people, he get aggressive, so they want to fight. That's why they don't allow white people to come here.
What will happen if a white person comes here?
That.
And when I really...
So somehow it's like the same situation in Africa and the same situation in Suriname. Somehow, who knows? It is kind of complicated somehow, but let's see.
This is the video. The next video that came into my feed was a video of a friend of mine, by the way. His name is Joshua. He's a YouTuber based in Cape Town, talking about this town within Africa that no black person is allowed in there. And I'm like, you know what? They say curiosity kills a cat, right? So I guess with the African audience that I have, I personally want to go there as an African, as a black man, just to understand what is the motive behind it. Bro, like, literally they have everything in here. Wow.
Yeah, they are building the country.
I made it to Orania, and believe me or not, this is not the Orania that I was expecting. Because when I got here, I found a country within South Africa.
Wow, it's very amazing to see all those buildings, all those houses.
Are we looking at the Republic of Orania?
I think.
Are they republic? Wait, are they republic yet, or they are about to, or what? Are they republic? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but it will be very fun, you know. I don't know, but let's watch and see.
Different levels to freedom. I think our dream, we as Afrikaners, we love republics. We've created maybe about 20 in South Africa. Only 2 of them survived long term. It was the Republic of the Transvaal and the Free State. So we are people who love republics. Our ideal form of government is a republic. And I hope that one day, maybe my children will see it.
That's true.
Good morning, or should I say sunrise, from Orania. Today is actually my first day waking up from Orania, and it was such a peaceful night. But it's kind of crazy to know that I'm the only black man in here. I mean, it's so crazy knowing that you just woke up in a white-only town.
You are in Africa, and you are the only black man in them. I don't know, should I say community or country? Because they are claiming they are republic and they are very soon going to be a republic or whatever. Republic of Orania. I don't know how to mention it, but I think I'm right.
We feel so patriotic about our community, so proud. It's still small, you know, but we're so proud of the things that we have achieved.
Today, Orania operates like its own micronation.
Okay.
The town of about 3,000 people run its own economy, and one of the backbones of their economy is agriculture.
That's the farm? Is that their farming? Wait. See.
Do you guys export this?
Yes. So we sell it outside, it brings money into our economy. Another interesting thing, obviously, is that here we can do something that a lot of farmers can't do, and that is we can plant 2 harvests in 1 year. So we plant the wheat in the summer, just before Christmas. This is harvested, it's plowed very quickly, and the farmers work 20 hours a day to get it done. They
work 20 hours a day. Get it down, like the farming, like farming is what they do, what they believe in. That's what they know. They work 20 hours a day. We are here sleeping. Working just 8 hours, we are crying. No. I'm not joking. Seriously, I'm not joking.
They harvest, they plow, they plant, and then it's maize. So your next harvest is maize, and you harvest that in the winter. in June, July, and when that goes out, you've got a short time to put in the wheat again. So
all the farmers live in Orania.
Obviously, there's farms surrounding Orania as well. Okay. This is an Orania farmer, this one.
So who owns this farm?
An individual farmer owns it. It is part of Orania, but an individual farmer owns this land, and the farmer works it for their own benefit and revenue and takes the risks for themselves.
It's really mind-blowing to see a town with just 3,000 people owning their own solar farm. Does it mean that, like, you guys don't depend on the national grid?
We're still connected to the national grid.
Yeah.
So at the moment we are approximately 45% independent from the utility, and the dream is to go the whole way.
What is the idea behind this whole solar farm, and which year did it begin?
It began in 2021.
Recent.
Recently.
Very recent. What is the main reason why you established your own solar farm, knowing that you live within South Africa?
The main reason for Orania is that we want to be, from the start of Orania, we wanted to be independent on many levels. And one level is energy. Our energy, if you're not in energy independent, you're not free.
What makes you feel so proud as an Oranian? Should I say Oranian or South African?
You're Oranian. We're Oranians.
Wow. Wow. I'm sort of West.
We're in South Africa. We not loose from South Africa. They are neighbors. We pay taxes in South Africa. But we're proud Oranians.
They call South Africa a neighbor, and they pay tax to South Africa. I'm sure very soon they will be independent. They will cut away from South Africa, I'm sure. This is just the beginning. So from 2021, they have done this, and so very soon they will cut away from South Africa. Because they are doing great, they are doing amazing. Even I'm shocked. What I see. I think I need to travel today and see what is going on there. I need to travel. And also, let me say this. I'm about to begin my travel content. I'll be visiting the various places, you know what is going on, the story, and all those things. So please subscribe to this channel and help me grow to 2K. And let's see how it goes. And also, if you have anything to support me, you can support me. And let's grow together, you know. Yeah.
Schools in Orania do not teach in English as the rest of South Africa, but rather Afrikaans. Do you have a school in here?
We have two high schools, primary and secondary, and then we also have a college, tertiary training. We are dreaming to build our own Afrikaans university.
You teach in Afrikaans?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Everything we do is Afrikaans. And studies show that children who are taught in their mother tongue perform better than children who are taught in another language.
Are you against the educational system in South Africa?
Well, I'm definitely against the Bala law that's currently being implemented.
What you said is true. You know, when they teach you in your mother tongue, you perform well more than someone's language, because your mother tongue, you speak it every day, so you understand certain ways. You see, but here in Africa, you are still relying on the West system.
So we're very much against that. I think it's the state grabbing the power of schools, taking away people's rights. There's a lot of religious issues with that. There's lots of cultural issues with that. So South Africans are actually very angry about that. That's why the schools that we built here, we get zero state funding. We don't get a cent from the government. And it's also not expensive. So all the extra money that we need for our schools, we have to raise for projects.
So does it mean that like all the people that study in this school are from Orania? to get people out of Orania?
Just, surrounding farms and so on also come here. And then the college, tertiary training, people from around the country also to come to study here.
You can study here, but you can't live in here.
Well, they can. All of them can apply for the right to citizenship in Orania, definitely.
Citizenship?
Oh, come on. So before you can live there, you need to apply citizenship. And if you qualify, they will give you, oh, it's a country. They are building a country. You can't tell me that, no, they are just a community. No, they are building a country. Seriously. The country that they are building. And wow. Very amazing and surprising. Like, I don't know. I have no idea about this country until today. Thank you, Admire.
The college in Orania don't believe in theory only, but rather practicals, because they believe that the children are the ones that will be able to build the future of Orania.
That's good. I support
You
that.
have a college
100%.
in Orania.
We identified the need to train our people in physical skills. Plumbing, electrical work, and masonry to build houses, and that's called skills. And that's why we started the college. In 2019 we had only 5 students, 2020 50, and now there's about 124. We're expecting more than 200 next year.
So this is more like a plumbing practical class?
Yes.
Wow.
So the first groups of students made everything, and now the second and third and fourth generation, they get to use everything the first guys built.
Their life becomes easier.
Yeah, these tables, they built it with the lecturers.
Wow. I'm really impressed with the infrastructure development in Orania, because a town of about 3,000 people got their own airstrip, and every single road that you see in this town was actually built and financed by the people. What do you do in Orania?
My responsibility is the growth of Orania. In other words, in Orania we don't get any money from the government. We are responsible to create our own economy and your own wealth. So my responsibility is to make sure where is the certain areas that needs to address, and then we address our areas. What we are doing, we have various projects. This is just an example of a few projects that we currently busy. If you just go outside, you'll see we're currently busy building this place, this building. So it's going to be a 3-story building. That's a building that's being built here, just next to us.
The question is, how will you fund a project like this?
Okay. What we do is we say there's 2 various companies.
Okay.
The one company is a company that's funding, but it must make commercial sense. And then other company rent it from that company, but it's 2 separate countries. So you must focus on your own business. We must make sure that Orania is growing. We're not in the...
okay.
So we rent this building from another company, and that company just make economic sense. In other words, yeah.
They built their own health facilities, and each facility is equipped with ambulance. But if the case is beyond them, they will airlift you to the general hospital in South Africa.
Helipad, we have a helipad here that can be used during emergencies. We have situations where we needed a helipad to do recon around the area, but also if there are medical emergencies where people need to be moved to hospital, we can airdrop them, we can bring in the helipad. We also have the ambulance services that help us, so we can move people to hospitals if they need to.
Orania got its own bank, and what really shocks me to see that they trade in their own currency, popularly known as the Ora.
Said it. They are building a country. That's it. They are building a country. That's it. So guys, I'll end the video here. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to this channel and go to Maya's channel and continue from there, because of some copyright issues. So I don't want to continue. I don't want to show all the video here. At least go to Maya's side and go and watch the video. But this video is very amazing. It's very amazing, and I would love to see more videos like this and react to it, because this video is just a reaction to this particular video, and I really appreciate your time and your effort to this level. So go and continue from what Maya side and enjoy yourself. You can share your thoughts, you can share your concern. I don't know if you know that there's a country within a country in South Africa. If you know, you can give me a thumbs up or comment under. Thank you for watching, and see you our next video. For this month, I'm going to give a reaction upon reaction upon reaction. And if you enjoy what my video, you can tell me. I'll go and react to it, so we can share more knowledge about whatever that is going on in Africa. See you. Keep watching Dr. Habibi. Love you.